Hi, I'm Eric, Director of Training here at Just Add Power. And in this video, we're going to use AMP VLAN to test switching to change what's on our TVs. Now, there's a couple of reasons you might use the test switching function. Number one is you don't have your control system set up yet, so we're going to use it to make sure that all of our sources are working on all of our displays. The second reason is if your control system isn't working the way you'd like. If AMP VLAN is working and your control system isn't, that indicates that we just need to change something about your control system, so it gives us a good baseline. The hardware we've got with us today is we're looking at 4 televisions, a system set up with those 4 receivers, and then we're set up for 4 transmitters, but we've only got 2 active right now, and that'll become important when we get to the program. So let's jump right in. All right, so we'll start by opening up our AMP program. And it's a VLAN system, so we're going to pick VLAN. And we've already configured the system, so we're going to connect to the system we already have. And we're going to test switching. The only input information we need for test switching is an IP address of any Just Add Power in your system. So the IP that's printed by default is 172.27.1.1. That is the first receiver in your system, typically. We can also use the first transmitter in your system, 101.254. We can use any receiver or any transmitter in your system. It just has to be an IP of an active Just Add Power device. The thing that makes this different from our previous program is that previously you would have put the switch IP in here. But we are not doing that. We're putting in a Just Add Power device. We're going to hit connect, and the program's going to go out and connect to that device, or it's going to attempt to connect to that device. Now, AMP wasn't able to connect to the device because we don't have a static route in the router yet. So we just configured this system with AMP, but AMP isn't able to modify the router to allow us to get to the Just Add Power devices. So we have to get in there for our switching ability to work. So we're going to log into our router, whatever it happens to be. We're going to go down to Network, Routing, and then we have to add a static route to our system. This is going to be the Just Add Power route. And then I need a destination IP, a net mask, and a gateway. We get that information from the report file that AMP generated when we finished configuring the system. So we open up that report file. We're looking for the static route section here. So you'll see my destination IP is 172.27.0.0. Paste that right there. Net mask, 255.255.0.0. And our gateway, 192.168.0.11, that is always the IP of the switch. Now, some of these have metrics, some of them don't. 1, 10, blank. It really depends on the router. Most of the time, it doesn't matter. So we're adding that route, hitting apply. That route shows up in the top portion. We're good with the router. We're going to start over, and we're going to connect to those devices again, and now we're able to get there. The test switching page is just a simple grid system. So we've got our receivers listed along the left side. We got 4 receivers in the system. Those are our TVs. And we've got 4 transmitters listed across the top. Remember, we built the system to have a maximum of 4 transmitters, but there's only 2 transmitters present, transmitters 1 and 2. If we were to pick transmitter 3 or transmitter 4, we'd end up on the debug screen for Just Add Power, indicating there's no video signal for them to watch. So we're just going to do some source switching, so we'll pay attention to our TVs. If I click the TX text at the top, what it'll do is it'll switch all receivers to that source. We'll put everything back on transmitter 1. And if I click the individual boxes, I'm just switching individual TVs. It's really that simple. So as you can see, test switching in AMP VLAN is a great tool if you need to switch sources before your control system is programmed, or if you need assistance with troubleshooting your control system. If you have any further questions, please reach out to us at support, and thanks for watching.